Hello students, myself Rajiv Chaudhary, physics faculty at Matrix. Today we are discussing about experiments. Learn physics with experiments. So today we will study about experiments. We have covered lecture of current electricity in recorded and live lectures. First experiment we will take Ohm's law. What we will study in Ohm's law? Study of relation between potential and current. We will study relation between potential, current and resistance. We will study relation between current, potential and resistance across a resistor, across any wire. We will take a wire, we will measure potential and current and resistance of wire, and we will make a relation. So what is the aim of experiment? Aim of experiment means what we will learn from this experiment or what we will do in this experiment. So aim of this experiment is to study the dependence of potential difference across a resistor, to study the dependence of potential difference V across a resistor on the current passing through it. How the resistance of a resistor wire depend on potential and current, we will study in this experiment. Next, to determine the resistance of wire, we will also determine the resistance of wire in this experiment, and to plot graph between V and I, and we will also draw a graph between V and I. We will also draw a graph between V and I. Now next part is theory part. Because in any experiment there will be aim of experiment, then there will be theory, some theory part, and there will be then practical on apparatus. We will not use apparatus, but because this is a recorded class, but we will take some examples or take some circuit in videos. So we will study about some theory of Ohm's law, which we have studied in lecture recorded or online live lectures. So in Ohm's law, the potential difference V across the ends of a given metallic wire in an electric circuit is directly proportional to the current. According to Ohm's law, we have studied that potential drop across a resistor is directly proportional to I. When we remove this proportionality sign, then there will be a constant which is R, which we will call R. Here R is a constant, which is called as resistance of wire, Ohm's law tell about potential difference across the resistance and current flowing through it. So potential difference across a resistor wire is directly proportional to current flowing through it. When proportionality sign removed, then there is a constant which is called resistance of wire R. Next, as we have seen, V equal to IR, R is where R is constant for the given metallic wire called as resistance of wire. R is called resistance of wire. Now we have seen that V equal to IR, then R equal to V upon I. V is in volt and I is in ampere. So SI unit of resistance is ohm. That means ohm, and symbol of ohm is this, then ohm will be volt per ampere. Next will be apparatus required for this experiment. We will study about the apparatus which are required to perform this experiment one by one. What are the functions of these apparatus, and what is the apparatus called, and what are the symbols of the apparatus. So first part is an ammeter. We know that ammeter is shown by A. And it is connected in series. It is connected in series to the resistor in which we have to measure current. So ammeter is what? Ammeter is a device which measures the current. Ammeter is a device which measures the current and denoted by A, and it is connected in series. And ammeter is like a this is terminal positive and this is terminal negative. A watch like having reading on it and then having a needle on it which measure the reading. When current I goes this, then needle deflect and measure the current I on this reading. Next is voltmeter. Voltmeter is used to measure the potential across a resistor, and it is connected in parallel. So voltmeter is a device which is denoted by V, and it is connected in parallel across the resistor where we want to measure potential and having reading and a needle. When potential across this voltmeter comes, then needle deflect and shows the reading of potential V. These both watches you have seen on wells, bore well at your farmhouse, at your farm. There are two watches in which one is V and one is A. V. So V denotes voltmeter and A denotes ammeter. Ammeter is connected in series and voltmeter is connected in parallel. Next is a battery. What does mean by battery? Battery is a cell. We have seen a cell like this. This is positive terminal and there is 1.5 volt, 3 volt, 9 volt, 6 volt, and batteries of more voltage are available. There are cells, dry cells, in which there is a rod like structure, and there is a chemical around which, and there is a terminal called positive and terminal called. And what does battery does? Supplies constant potential. So battery supplies constant potential across the circuit in which it is connected, and its symbol is this. This is two straight lines. One is bigger and one is smaller. The length which bigger in size is positive terminal, and length which is smaller, that is called negative terminal. So both terminals are shown by two lines. One is small and one is large. The large line denotes positive terminal and small line denotes negative terminal of the battery, and it supplies constant potential across the resistance. Next is connecting wire. Connecting wire means there is a resistance. If we want to connect battery, we will require these connecting wires. Let's suppose this is battery, and this is resistor. Then all these wires connected between them, are called connecting wire. are called connecting wires. Connecting wires means wires which are used to make connection, and these are denoted by a simple straight lines, can be turned at an point. Okay. Next is a key. Key, or we can say that it is switch. It is a switch. So key is denoted in circuit by this. This is off or open circuit, off or off switch, or off key, or open circuit, in which circuit is not connected. Circuit is not connected, so no current will flow through the circuit. And when we take this switch from this to this, then this will be like, so this is on, that means closed circuit. Now current will flow through this circuit. This is also shown by, this is open or off switch, or this is close or on switch, closed circuit or on switch. Okay, so these are key or switch, key or switch. Next is rheostat. Next is rheostat. And what does mean by this rheostat, and what represent? This denotes, this is a device, this is device used for variable resistance, device used for variable resistance. Rheostat is a device used for variable resistance, and it is made like this is slider, and this is a cylindrical part, on which, on this cylindrical part, there are wires having turns like this. There are wires having turn like this, and one connection is made here and one connection is made here. Two connections are made. This is positive terminal and this is negative terminal. So how this will work? As this slider is moved, the wires accumulating on the cylindrical part are increased in the circuit. So when we move the slider part, resistance increases in the circuit. So as we have tell that it is a device used for variable resistance. So as we move this slider, then resistance of the circuit or resistance of the rheostat increases or decreases. As we move this slider and in this side, then resistance will increase. As we move this slider this side, then this resistance of the circuit will decrease. Next is unknown resistance wire. It can be any wire, copper, silver, nichrome, any wire we can calculate, which we have to calculate the resistance of the wire, and it does have a length, it have a cross section area. So resistance is given by R equal to rho L upon A in theory part. We have calculated in theory part. If we know resistivity, length and area, then we can calculate resistance of the resistance. But here we will have a wire like this and connect 2 points. We will measure the potential difference across it, and we will measure current flowing through it, and R equal to, we know that R equal to V upon I, and we will find then resistance, because potential and current we will measure. Potential is measured through the voltmeter and current is measured through the ammeter. Next is circuit diagram for this experiment. So I have told you that apparatus required for this experiment. Now we will discuss how this circuit is made. So first of all we will take a battery, and there is resistance, any resistor wire having resistance R, we have to calculate potential across this resistor, then we will connect a voltmeter, across it, and we will connect a ammeter, in series of this resistor, and in series we will connect a rheostat. This is symbol of rheostat, and a key is connected. Now this key is closed, because there is a dot in between brackets, so this is a closed circuit. That means there will flow a current, and current direction is shown in this diagram, in this circuit diagram, like this. This is the physical circuit of the or experiment. Here it is a ammeter, here it is a voltmeter, and this is resistor with unknown resistance. We have to find resistor of this. In parallel we have connected voltmeter, and in series we have connected ammeter. There is a battery of 9 volt. We have taken battery of 9 volt, and here the switch, here you will see that switch is open, so there is no current through this circuit, and there is rheostat, and we have shown that there is slider which we will move reverse to provide variable resistance, and all these are connecting wire, having minimum resistance to provide this circuit. So this is physical circuit. When we perform experiment in offline, then there is circuit like this. We have performing the Ohm's law experiment. I have shown circuit diagram as well as physical circuit of the Ohm's law. Now I will show you the physical circuit. As switch is off, to switch on or off we place, because this is a simulation of your practical experiment. There is simulation. When you come to offline classes, then we will perform the experiment. So this switch is off, we can on this circuit. This is rheostat, which we have slider. We have to move this slider to adjust the resistance of this rheostat, and rheostat is device, as I taught in apparatus required. Rheostat is a device which is used to variable resistance, and this is unknown resistance. Here it is voltmeter connected in parallel, ammeter which is connected in series. This is battery. This is open circuit because switch is off. As you can see, there is no current, and there is no potential across the resistance, and there is no current flowing in this circuit. All these yellow and red wires are connecting wires having approximately zero resistance. Now if I close this switch, then you can see that current is flowing from positive terminal. This current is coming from positive terminal going to rheostat. As you can see, current is coming in this resistance and going back to the negative terminal of battery. I have taken battery of 9 volt. First of all, rheostat here, then you can see current is 0.42 ampere and potential is 5 volt. Potential across the resistance is 5 volt and current is 0.42 ampere. If I slide this rheostat in this direction, then voltage come 4 volt across the resistance and current becomes 0.33 ampere. Now if I slide more in this direction, then voltage across this resistance will become 3 volt and current will become in this circuit 0.25 ampere. Now if I slide this rheostat more, then there will be potential across resistance is 2 volt and current in this circuit is 0.17 ampere. If I take more this slider in this direction, then there is potential across is 1 volt and current is 0.08 ampere. Because resistance of rheostat is increasing, So here current is decreasing and potential across the resistance is also decreasing. And last reading is when potential across resistor is, I slide this direction, then potential across resistor is 0.12 volt and current is 0.01 ampere. Now we will make a observation table, then we will do calculation and calculate resistance, and we will draw a graph of potential and current separately. Now as we have performed the experiment, there is a observation table. Observation table means there are some values of potential, there are some values of potential and there are some values of current, by which from calculation part we have calculated R equal to V upon I. R equal to V upon I. We have calculated resistance for this resistor wire in experiment. So when potential is 5 volt, then current is 0.42 ampere. So resistance will be 5 divided by 0.42, that means 11.90 ohm. This is in ohm, this is in ampere, and this is in volt. Potential is in volt and current is in ampere, so resistance will come in ohm. When potential is 4 volt and then current is coming 0.33 ampere, then it will come out 4 divided by 0.33, then it will come out 12.12. When potential is 3 volt, then current is 0.25 ampere, so this will come out 0.25, 3 divided by 0.25, so resistance will be 12 ohm. Resistance will be of 12 ohm. When potential is 2 volt, then current is 0.17 ampere, then resistance will be 2 divided by 0.17, that means 11.76 ohm. When voltage is 1 volt, then current is 0.08 ampere, so 1 divided by 0.08, that means 12.50 ohm is resistor over. When voltage is 0.12 volt, then current is 0.01 ampere, that means it will be 0.12 divided by 0.01, that means your resistance will be 12 ohm. Here you can see that there are some changes in exactly 12 ohm is the resistance. So there are, because in physical experiment there are some errors are performed by you, some errors are done by human being, so there will be some deflection in values of resistance in each case. In each reading there will be different value, but nearby the 12 ohm, as I know the resistance of wire which I have taken is 12 ohm, resistance of wire is 12 ohm, so there are values which are near about 12 ohm, like 11.76, 12.50, 12.12, 11.90. So we will calculate the resistance like this by calculation part. Next we will draw graph on the basis of our observation table. So in observation table we have taken 6 readings of potential and current, 6 reading of potential and current, and we have found resistance corresponding to this from R equal to V upon I. Now if we make graph from these values, then at 5 volt current is 0.42 ampere. So here potential is 5 volt and current is 0.42 ampere. Now if we take this value as 4 volt, then current is 0.33 ampere. Now if we take potential as 3, then this value comes current comes 0.25 ampere. If we take potential 2 volt, then current is 0.17 ampere. If we take potential 1 volt, then current is 0.08 ampere. If we take potential at 0.12 volt, then current is 0.01 ampere. So for each value of potential there is a current, and we have drawn a graph, and this graph is coming approximately straight line. Some values are different, some values due to error. Due to error, some graph at minute difference from these straight line are there, but approximately this graph is a straight line, because as we know V equal to IR, V is on y-axis, I is on x-axis, and resistance is constant, which is positive, so it will come out y equal to Rx. And if we compare y equal to mx plus c, if we compare this equation with this equation, then slope m will come out equal to r, which is positive. That means line make an angle theta between 0 to 90, and c is constant, that means y intercept, which is 0 here, so it will pass through 0, 0. Next is result of our experiment. In this, first is value of resistance. For value of resistance, which I have calculated near about approximately it is 12.00 ohm. It is approximately 12.0 ohm, because we will take average of resistance. We will take average of resistance calculated in our observation table. Next is slope of VI curve. Here we can take for 2 volt it is 0.17 ampere, and for 4 volt it is 0.33 ampere. If we want to find slope of this line, straight line, then tan theta gives slope, and that will give y perpendicular upon base. Perpendicular will come out here delta V, it will come delta V, and it will come out delta I. So it will be delta V upon delta I. So slope equal to delta V, that means 4 minus 2 divided by 0.33 minus 0.17, that is equal to 2 divided by 0.16, and that will come out 12.50. And you can see that this is 12 ohm, and it is come out 12.50, that is approximately 12 ohm. So we can say that slope of potential current curve gives resistance of wire. So this is the result of this experiment. Next is conclusion of this experiment. In this experiment, we have derived relation between potential, resistance, and current. We have derived relation between potential V, current I, and resistance R. That is V equal to IR. V is directly proportional to I. That means V is equal to IR. This relation we have derived. Next conclusion is we have drawn graph between potential and current I, that is V is directly proportional to I, so it will be a straight line. It will be a straight line graph which we have drawn. Next is precautions when we performing the experiment. So first precaution is don't touch wires while performing the experiment. When you perform the experiment in physically, then you don't have to touch the wires, because if you touch the wires, then there will be change in the values of different variables in the equation, and final result will be different from the original result. Take reading properly in front of the apparatus, not from the side. On ammeter and voltmeter, there is scale like this, and there is a needle, and there is a needle. If you performing the experiment, then you have to take the reading of these scales from front side of the instrument, not from the sideways. So you take the reading from the front side, not from this side or not from the this side. You have to take from the front side, because when you take reading from the sideways, then there will be difference in reading. And if there is difference in reading, then there will be change in result. Next is, do not harm an instrument, because instruments are costly and other fellow are also using these instruments after your batch, so don't harm any instrument. Next is fun fact about Ohm's law. It is given by German physicist George Ohm. Despite his later sex, he has no formal science training. He has no formal training in science. Ohm's law was rejected at first. The galvanic circuit investigated mathematically that he published in 18. When he published it first, the Ohm's law in 1827, then it is rejected. But after some years, that is something approximately 14 years, it is recognized, and a medal given by Royal Society in 1841. Ohm's law, George Ohm also made some fundamental law of acoustic, that means sound wave. Also made some laws on sound wave. And he also wrote a textbook on geometry. So thank you. We have performed the experiment of Ohm's law. Now we will continue the experiment, learn physics with experiment. So thank you.